Hey, what's up, everyone? Yeah, let me see. We on there? You can see me? All right, there you go. All right. Yeah, today I'm going to actually talk about graffiti. Because I know I've been talking about stealing and motorcycles and shit like that with Sammy and all this when I was younger. And I mean, there's a reason for that. It explains that, like, our childhood and the way we were coming up, and graffiti was really like the least thing to give a fuck about. Like, it was kind of like just kind of dumb shit. Like, we really didn't take any other writers seriously or anything like that. We just went for ours, you know? People want to fuck around, you know, whatever, but we never really sweated anyone or worried about anyone. You can tell just by our upbringing, had other things to think about, you know? We were out there at a different level than most people fucking around in them streets. But I want to talk about graffiti. Talk about the sixes. I actually did one copy of this, but I didn't like how it came out. I was all the way over there, standing when I did it. So now I'm trying to center myself. We're going to talk about the six train. That was like my pride and joy. I used to love them fucking things. The insides, when the doors open, people go inside, sit down. That's the part, the insides of these trains. I used to love fucking these things up. And the way I would do it is I would get an actual sardine can. You know, when you get a can of sardines back in the days, you get a little key that comes with it. You run the key into a little piece of metal and you twist it and twist it and twist it and twist it. And eventually it comes off and you can eat your sardines. Well, I would take that metal thing that they call a key, looks like a key kind of, and I'd bend the tip of it just a little bit so it comes down just a little. See, the IRTs, the sixes, they were like a skeleton key. And it was like a straight, like a circle, with a straight line, like a basic skeleton keyhole you would see in a door in an old house from the 20s or 30s, cabinets, bedrooms, shit like that. Bathrooms still have them some places. An old skeleton keyhole. I would just put this key that I made from a sardine can, I bent it down a little, I'd push it in until I'd feel a little bit of resistance, then I'd go like this and I'd actually hear it, and I'd go like that. As I'm doing that, I'm pushing the door open. I go right in, just like a regular key. I had the regular keys. I've had them several times in my life. I remember Nash, RD357, he gave me a few sets of keys, workman's paddles and shit like that. I've had the keys before, and honestly, I opened the door just as quick with the fucking sardine can as I did with the keys. What I would do is, this is back when Sony Walkmans came out. They had the yellow Sony Walkman. It was like shockproof, so like you could run and it won't go, because these are cassette tapes that we're talking about. So yeah, I had the six train figured out so well. As you gotta realize, I was tearing that shit up for a hot minute. I used to go with Lace, and then Lace actually tore his leg out. And Lace had them way before me, and before I even wrote graffiti, Lace had them like maybe 9, 10 years before that with this dude Nada, and ESP, East Side Party, East Side Playboys, Extra Shit Partners. Those dudes put it in. Anyway, Lace, I was young, graduated from high school, 1986, something like that. That's when it was. I remember, I was like, yo, I had it all tomorrow. I was like, yo, that's it. I don't gotta wake up and go to school. I was going up to the sixes 3, 4 times a week. These cans of Mare ink. I'd hit 60, 70 cards each time I went up there. Anyone that was back then is honest in talking will tell you, man, ain't no one fucked up the insides like the way I fucked them shits up, man. That shit was like, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I got so used to going to that place. There's Lace, a bicycle accident, tore the ligaments in his knee. So he had to get surgery. He had this big fucking brace on his fucking leg and shit. So he was out of the picture. So I just started going solo by myself. I fucked them things up so fucking bad, man. And I got so used to going to that place. I used to get raided all the time. Every time the lights would go on, I'd just run in between cars, climb up and lay down on top of the train. Let them do whatever the fuck they want. I'd climb back down and be chilling. You know, it's like an outdoor station. But the cops don't fuck around up there either. The graffiti, Pelham Bay Graffiti Squad. I believe it's the first graffiti squad. But you see, where that was set, Middletown Road, Zariga, it's like here, and it's above the streets on these big metal girders. You got these trains parked on the middle track, downtown, uptown, and in the middle. But the cops, the vandal squad, they'd actually ride around these little like Vegas or Pinto cars on the streets behind it. up, it's all hills, so it's hills, and they could look down at the subways, at cars, and see them. So at one point, they actually just said, fuck this, and they just left the lights on. I'd still go. I didn't give a fuck. I just would always get away. It's funny to say that, because only time I've ever been caught, except for my last arrest a few years ago, I was up there every time. I got caught when I was 14, 15. It said it in the newspaper. Then I got caught again when I was 17. Then when I turned, like I said, I graduated from high school, it was on. I fucked that place up so fucking bad. I got so used to going up there, so used to their fucking raids. Had these yellow Sony walkmans with the cassette tape. Put in with the little headphones and shit. Yo, I'd actually go into the layup, in the outdoor layup, inside the cars, by myself, have that fucking music blasting. You know what I would listen to? Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses. The year that shit came out, boy, that put the batteries in my back, bro. I was like, yeah. Yeah, I was going off, man. Artie. And I was actually the last person to really take that line down, man. For Inside, Scene, he always had that shit. Scene was catching him in the 6 yards. Scene was doing it with Zoom. I believe he passed away, rest in peace. But Scene, he's always had the sixes. Like, far back as I could think, he's had the sixes. I've been involved with them. I mean, you go back to like Puma 106, LK, so many people, Sade, TCM, Sexy Sade, Sadie Sade. He used to tear the insides of them fucking things up too. And then he stopped Tats Crew. Actually, Tats Crew was a little before him and when he was doing it. And Tats Crew was done. You know, I was writing while all them guys were, but once everyone stopped and the sixes, it's like they painted them fucking white and beige. The Dead End Kids, we, Bass, JR, Tony, CR, yeah, Sweet. Yeah, poor Sweet, man. Jamaican actually shot him in the head. Bow! Right on fucking Thanksgiving morning, man. I remember too, that shit was sad, man. Sweet was a good dude, man. Big dude, Spanish dude, man. He ain't fucking around, man. That's that crab leg social club shit, man. Anyone knows Manhattan knows what I'm talking about, man. That shit used to pop off, man. Yeah, Dead End Kids. Call themselves the Dead End Kids because you had the Metro North tracks, Park Avenue. Then you had Lexington Avenue. So you couldn't go down that street. It's a dead end. You can't go any further because you have the train tracks that goes by there between Lex and Park. Yeah, them dudes, man, they're good guys, man. I remember once they caught this dude, Kid One. And it's funny, you guys asked for Kid One stories. I remember, I don't forget what it was. Me and this dude, Pace, Andrew. Not Andrew Lace, but Pace with a P from Hot Crew 357. He used to hang with us a lot, and then he went off with Hot Crew for a while and started hanging out with us again. And he passed away also. But, yeah, we were up in Harlem. We were fucking around, setting it off with them dudes. I think it had something to do with the Wheelie King, man. Redhead Joey, man. Another good guy. I was in 7th grade with that motherfucker, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, we go back, man. Wagner, PS 167. The Redhead Joey. But I forget what the problem was, but we were up there popping shit, man. Yo, fuck that shit, yo, man. So we were like, yo, fuck it. We go back downtown. Yo, Pace, he was a hot-headed dude, man. Anyone who knows him knows Hot Crew and shit like that, knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, we go back downtown to John Jay Park, so we're like, yo, fuck it. I remember, it was Nightmare on Elm Street. The movie came out. All of us went to the movie theater, like on 86th Street, except for Kid One. Now, Kid One, Mark, wrote Kid One, Kiddone 357. A little guy, man. He was Mexican and Filipino, about this tall, but he had heart. And I'll tell you, there's been times me and him stood up against 10 fucking people. I mean, we got the shit beat out of us, but yo, we were there, man. We were there. We got fucked up. Don't get me wrong. But this particular night, we all went to the fucking movies. So like the Dead End Kids, man, they came down to John Jay Park. They saw Kid One sitting there and shit. Yo, they grabbed that dude. Yo, I swear, they knocked all his fucking fronts out. They got that shit with a fucking the steering wheel lock. Boom. I believe when them steering wheel locks came out, man, they were pretty popular because everyone was boofing car radios and shit. Something that was like a steering wheel lock or something, from the best of my knowledge. I wasn't there, I was at the movies. But yo, for real, all the fucking teeth were gone, man. They shit's all like shagging. And then they took them shits out and they put some wires in them shits and they stuck some new ones in there. And he was looking good again. But yeah, man, they fucked his ass up real bad, man. But yo, I used to go up to the Sixes. back to Guns N' Roses, man. That's the kind of shit I used to listen to, man. I wasn't into all that rap music, man. I mean, you know, everyone listens to what they listen to, but yeah, that was me right there, like Rocket Clean and shit like that, man. Fuck yeah. Good fucking music, man. That shit put the batteries in my back, man. I used to tear them shits up 60, 70 cars a night. Yo, anyone will tell you, man, I had the insides of them fucking things like no one else ever had any insides, man. Nah, I guess Fuzz won, Dan too, he did it too. Yeah, but I did do a lot of damage. You know, I fucked shit up, but I can't say like more than anyone. Because yeah, Fuzz, man, when he did the 7s, hell of the 4s. You know, yeah, you gotta give it to him. I actually probably could say I stole that style from him. The way he used to do it, fuzz, 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 and then he would do it fuzz, and then he'd fuzz, fuzz, and then he'd move the next one over a little. Fuzz, you get me? So it's like, yeah, that shit used to be hot. Yeah, that's how I did the 6s, man. Boom, boom, boom. Because if I go the same, like say I go now, tonight, I hit 60 cars. I go tomorrow, the same 60 cars are gonna be up there. You know, so I wait 3 or 4 days, let them break up, because then they put some down on the Brooklyn Bridge. You could fit 2 4 sets down there. Yeah, and right on the Brooklyn Bridge. They pull them in at midnight, pull them out about 6 in the morning, boom, boom, on the Brooklyn Bridge. You should get them there. And the winter layups, they'd throw them fucking things all up on the Lexington lines, the express lines in the dead of winter. I used to love tearing them 6s up, man. They used to put a lot of 5s there, too. The winter layups up in Harlem. Those were fun, but yeah, they were kind of like a lot of people, man. There's no room on them trains, man. See, I like the 6s, because, yo, they just buffed them shits. They turned them all white, like that movie, the elephant, the white elephant. They were all beige on the inside, but first people that tapped that ass was the fucking Dead End Kids, man. They went in there hard first. Then TAT, Mac, Bio, Brim, and I was sitting on the sidelines. I came in with Lace. We started hitting them. And then after that, Lace got his leg fucked up, everyone else fell out the game, and I just kept fucking going. I just kept fucking going and going and going, straight on up, until there was no reason to go anymore. Like I said, it's the only time I've ever been caught writing graffiti in my life, except for that last time I was all over the news about the fire hydrants, was up there at Zariga Castle Hill, shit like that, yeah. Peace, people. Subscribe, follow, tell your friends.